Hogan for some remarks. Governor Hogan.
Well, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much, Rick. I just want to thank Senate President Ferguson and Speaker Jones for being here, along with Senator Carrozza and Delegate Otto. I want to thank the mayor for welcoming us. Thank you, Secretary Holt. Thank all of our distinguished guests. Thanks for being with us here today. It's wonderful to be back in Snow Hill. It's nice to be here with all of you for a very exciting announcement on a transformative new initiative which will increase access to high-speed connectivity in households and communities all across Maryland. For 6.5 years, our administration has been setting an example for Washington and the rest of the nation when it comes to rebuilding our infrastructure. Expanding access to broadband in both rural and urban communities has been a critical part of that infrastructure effort. Just last week, the U.S. Senate passed a bipartisan infrastructure package, which I've been pushing for and working toward. And the bill includes $65 million for broadband initiatives nationwide. Here in Maryland, we have long been working on making progress on this issue. In 2017, I issued an executive order which established a dedicated Office of Rural Broadband within state government, which began partnering with local governments and service providers to develop projects and expand broadband in underserved areas. We have already facilitated more than 100 projects across the state, including a $3.6 million partnership with Talkie Communications, the Jumpstart fiber optic network right here in Worcester County, a $7.2 million partnership with Chop Tank Electric to add service for nearly 2,300 locations in Caroline, Somerset, and Queen Anne's counties, and a $13 million project by Easton Utilities to expand broadband throughout areas of Talbot County with insufficient service. We have launched statewide programs to provide wireless devices to students and expand the library broadband networks. We recently announced the $15 million wireless network focused entirely on educational access for students, which will use existing assets such as communications towers and water towers to support high-speed service for both our K-12 and our college students. We've also established a statewide digital literacy program to help ensure those who never had broadband access understand the services and the resources that are available to them. As a result of all of these efforts, Maryland broadband access is now available to 95% of Marylanders. A new national survey just ranked Maryland as the most improved state for business in America, and they cited specifically our progress on infrastructure and broadband access as part of that success. We're proud of that, but we still have a lot more work to do to ensure that every single Maryland citizen has access to high-speed internet. After all that we've endured over the last 18 months, the COVID pandemic has illustrated just how critical a lifeline high-speed internet access is to our lives and livelihoods, whether it's for school, work, telehealth, or just staying in touch with our families. Earlier this year, before the legislative session got underway, President Ferguson sat down together with me in the State House in Annapolis, and he talked about his desire to work together with us in a bipartisan way to try to figure out a way to expand our state's broadband efforts to even further levels. The Senate and House came together this session earlier this year on both sides of the aisle, Republicans and Democrats in the Senate and the House came together to enact the Digital Connectivity Act of 2021 to reorganize our Office of Rural Broadband into a new Maryland Office of Statewide Broadband to provide even more assistance to all of our jurisdictions from one corner of the state to the other, to also support the construction of the necessary infrastructure in order to provide more access and to increase affordability of internet service. We also partnered with the legislature in a bipartisan way to reach an historic agreement that included the investment of $300 million in broadband initiatives for such things as improving network infrastructure, as well as providing service fee reductions, device subsidies, and municipal broadband grants. And I want to thank everybody in the legislature for working together, but I specifically want to single out Senate President Bill Ferguson for his leadership on this issue. He's been very passionate about it. I want to thank Speaker Jones. I want to thank Senator Carrozza, Delegate Otto, the whole partnership with our friends in the legislature. And today, we're going to take another important step forward to supercharge our broadband investment with the launch of Connect Maryland. Through this transformative initiative I'm announcing today, we're going to invest an additional $100 million in funding for a total investment of $400 million for the expansion of rural broadband access and to fully address the digital divide for everyone all across our state. How's that? You know, we have to take Senator Carrozza with us everywhere because she got the woo! Yeah, she got the cheer going there. Thank you. You know, to ensure that this funding gets invested in local communities as quickly as possible and that projects can get underway right away as efficiently and effectively as we possibly can, today we're also establishing a new bipartisan Maryland Broadband Advisory Work Group, which will bring together key stakeholders from across the state. The panel is going to include representatives from the members of the General Assembly, together with representatives of the counties and the municipalities, together with our leaders in the executive branch to advise the state on the best ways to utilize this massive new investment in broadband infrastructure. Now, making broadband more accessible in underserved areas is important, but so is making it affordable in areas that already have service. So today, through Connect Maryland, we are also launching a new emergency broadband benefits subsidy program to reduce the cost of internet service for low and moderate income households. And this program will combine state assistance with federal resources to give eligible Maryland families a discount of $65 per month for up to 12 months on their internet service to help us remove some of the barriers to broadband service and access. The Department of Housing and Community Development is going to be making applications available for this new benefit program. The state of Maryland has set an ambitious goal of ensuring universal broadband to everyone in every single corner of the state by no later than 2025. And Connect Maryland is going to be the game-changing initiative that is going to help us get there. This is just one more example that we aren't just committed to trying to fully recover from the pandemic, but we're committed to coming back even stronger and better than ever before. Thank you all very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Governor Hogan. I'd like to now introduce Maryland Senate President